there, guys. This is Super Ty. I'm here with Comic Book Brando, and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. May all your tines be valley.
Nice. So we're going to be talking about the comics that are coming out this week. This is a gigantic week.
It's crazy. Mega week, as I said in the store email.
It's just been awesome. Okay, cool. It's on. So there's a lot of stuff coming back that has been on hiatus for a while, which I'm pretty stoked on. There's also some new trades that are coming out that, in case you haven't been able to get some of the first issues of things, you can actually, catch up really quick. Very stoked.
Very stoked.
So I'm going to start off. I'm going to start off with this one, which has been very popular in the shop. It's Animosity. If you don't know what it's about, it's basically the animals wake up and they're not too happy with humanity, and it's just about this little girl and her bloodhound, and they're trying to get to San Francisco, and you don't know why. This is just another chapter in it. I've already looked at it. Some pretty grisly parts are happening there, both bear and violence. Get it? Grisly?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
I'm with you.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, check it out. It's by Marguerite Bennett. She's been doing a lot of work recently, and this is one of her best, in my opinion. So,
also going to throw out, if you have any questions or comments while we're doing this, hit us up with the comments below. We'll do our best to answer them in a timely manner.
Excellent.
Like during the show.
Yeah.
The Wildstorm. Warren Ellis returns to the universe that I feel he reinvented, made awesome in the first place. I wasn't a big fan of this universe in its earliest days, but he made it awesome with books like
Authority?
Well, I was trying to think of what it was before it was Authority.
Oh, Stormwatch, yeah.
Yeah. And then Planetary is part of that universe. Very excited about this new series that's going to be kicking off a sort of a new initiative for this universe within. Is it within the DC universe? It's separate.
I think it's on its own, yeah.
So I'm very glad to see that. I can't wait to see more. I don't think. I'm going to be bold. I don't know if anyone writes a superhero comic better than Warren Ellis, who's currently writing comics at least. So check this out. I'm super stoked about it. I'm going to push this pretty hard. I can't wait to read it tonight.
Oh, yeah. And one thing I'm really stoked on is he signed on for 2 years to do it. None of this, like, I'm going to do 6 issues and go do something else. Like, apparently he's there for 2 years.
Well, and he knows how to structure a story, to take the amount of time he needs. If he needs to tell a story of 1 issue, done. If he needs, like, 4 volumes worth, done.
Yeah.
He can time it out right. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, he's one of those writers that knows the ending to the story when he first starts writing it. It's not just like a lot of willy-nilly getting to the point kind of thing. So.
Oh, willy-nilly, will you ever learn?
My next one is God Country #2. The first issue was amazing, and this just keeps it going. West Texas, space sword, tomfoolery is the best way to put it. I don't want to really spoil anything. The last page of the issue really got crazy, so definitely pick this up if you got the first issue, and if not, then buy this anyways. It's really awesome. Written by a friend of the store, Donnie Cates. I'm very happy for him because this one is knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, it's really opening up some doors for him at Image as well.
Yeah.
With the success of the first one, from what I understand, they're like, hey, what else do you want to do?
Yeah.
So that's pretty rad. Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #4. The two great tastes that taste great together. Bat and turtle. Weird. This one has more villains than you can shake a katana at, so be sure to take a look at this one. This is a lot of fun. It's got, like I said, the more animated style of Batman, which is one of my favorite versions of the character. So give this a read. Daredevil
17 is coming out tomorrow, so there's been this huge mystery behind the Daredevil series. Why does nobody remember who Daredevil is? For a while, everybody knew, oh, Matt Murdock's Daredevil, but since the beginning of this series, nobody knows. So this is starting to explain, oh, hey, this is how he got everybody to forget his name. So I'm very stoked about this. It also has a really cool last page surprise, which I'm very stoked on, and a lot of cameos from a lot of different people, like Silver Surfer, Damon Hellstrom, Doctor Strange, a lot of good stuff in there. I love this.
Doctor Strange 1 point move.
1 point move?
That's what it says.
Yeah.
I know it's Marvel Universe. You don't have to.
Monsters Unleashed.
I know it's Monsters Unleashed. So yeah, this is written by Chip Zdarsky, who is now getting his chance to do a lot of things in the Marvel Universe,
Right.
which I'm very excited about. It was recently announced that he's going to be the writer on Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, which is going to take Peter Parker back to his New York roots. Super jazzed about that. Now he's writing Doctor Strange in this special issue and tying it in with the classic big monsters and a new monster. So, yeah, this is a fun read, as you would expect with a Zdarsky book, and a Monsters Unleashed book. So, yeah. See how the Sorcerer Supreme deals with terrifying monsters.
And I forgot to grab it, but Monsters Unleashed #3 is coming out tomorrow also.
Oh yeah. It's like a weekly book, right?
It's every other week.
Oh.
And different artists on each one, which I kind of dig.
Yeah, get to see the classic Atomic Age monsters from different
Perspectives and everything. Well, I'm going to stick with the Doctor Strange train here going for a bit. This is Doctor Strange train. Yeah, I'm going to make an album called that. This is this is a really awesome series. If you haven't been reading it, you're missing out. It's fun, it's dark, it's hilarious, it's very violent, but and the artwork is always spectacular. It's usually Chris Bacalo who does it, but now this issue is Fraser Irving, who I'm a really big fan of. He does this really awesome digital painting style, and it really lends itself to the Doctor Strange mythos. And also, he still has his magical battle axe, which sold it for me.
Yeah, Jason Aaron can write any character, and I am interested. Star Wars Poe Dameron, #11. This little Star Wars series keeps going. It's based on, obviously, the character from Force Awakens and upcoming Star Wars films. This was not the one. This series didn't have the tremendous fan. That's what I'm looking for. It didn't grab fans like Star Wars or Darth Vader did, but it's been a consistent read. And if you like this Star Wars universe, especially the newer generation of it, you should give it a shot. He's a very cool character.
Nice. I love Phil Noto's art in that as well. He's spectacular in it.
He's a fantastic artist. I've always been a Phil Noto fan.
So I'm bringing up Ultimates 2. This is issue #4. A lot of stuff has been happening in this series. Al Ewing is knocking it out of the park consistently in this book, and both in the original Ultimates run he did last year as well as this. Man, there is so much stuff going on in here I can't even begin to tell you, except for a lot of cosmic shaking up is happening. Something that I never thought would happened in the previous issue. I don't want to spoil anything, but it was one of those oh my god moments of just, oh no, that's not good. So yeah, awesome, check it out, it's great.
Venom, #4. So the Venom Syndicate has separated itself from Flash Thompson and is back on Earth. So what it does is it finds a new host, a host that will maybe help it get back to its older shenanigans. Is a good word for eating people.
Yeah.
However, he bonded with someone who, a military guy named Lee, who is interested in Black Cat, while she makes her bid to be the new kingpin of crime. So he's going to use his military skills and the symbiote power to try to vie for her affections. It's a Valentine's Day read.
Oh.
Maybe not, but it's Venom, so you can expect some chaos and carnage. Maybe not carnage, but some chaos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you're going.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, my mom bought me a Venom toy, and it was those old Toy Biz ones that had the little talking backpacks. And Venom's had this phrase that said, "I'm gonna eat your brains," which I thought was so cool.
He said 3 things. He said, "Die, Spider-Man," in a very not Venom-y voice. He said, "I want to eat your brains."
Yeah.
And then the last one was just, "Rah!"
Yeah, I love that toy.
Pretty cool. We might have that over there.
I think we do, actually.
Yeah.
Old Man Logan, this book made me like Wolverine again. I was out for a long time, and it's been also consistently good. This story arc is basically kind of a weird hallucination tale of Logan. He thinks he's in space, or he might be back in the future. He's not 100% sure. There's this talk about this crazy warlord, and when he finds out who it is, it kind of almost breaks him. Oh man, and the artwork is so good in this. This guy Sorrentino, He has a very distinct style that works with this. It's dark, but it also has a lot of sharp edges to it, which I think lends itself pretty well. This consistently good. I said it twice. I'll say it again.
You're consistently.
But I mean, I kind of want to show him this spread, but maybe not, because it kind of spoils some things.
No, hold off on that.
Okay, so you should pick it up and just look at the giant spread in the middle of it. It's worth the price alone for that. So, read it.
Batman. Batman number 17 continues the Tom King storyline, I Am Bane. So we're getting to see the breaker of the Bat strike at Gotham pretty violently. We're not quite sure what his machinations are leading to, but he's definitely making a statement. So give this a look if you're a Batman fan. I mean, everyone's a Batman fan. We talked about it last week.
I remember the feud. It was great.
Yeah, it rages on, by the way, if you're curious. So, yes, pick up Batman.
SpiderMan. This is actually Miles Morales Spider-Man. Morales. I can't talk today.
Want to try that again?
Yeah. So this is a really fun crossover with Spider-Gwen. It's called Sitting in a Tree. It's also kind of a little, Valentine's Day-ish book. Spider-Man is actually in Spider-Gwen's universe. She, remembers him from the Spider-Verse days, brings him over to help out. They run into Matt Murdock, who is a villain in Spider-Gwen's world. This is the Spider-Man book that I am reading right now. I think it's great. It has that old school sense of, like kid trying to be cool until he's Spider-Man, then he is cool kind of thing. I really dig this series a whole lot.
Very cool. Batwoman Rebirth, number 1. So we're going to go into Kathy Kane's origin in this issue. It's written by Marguerite Bennett and James Tynion IV.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting to see a little bit of her past in sort of this like reworked DC universe, plus a little flash of what is to come. So if you're a fan of this character, and she's quite frankly one of my favorite Batman supporting characters,
right?
You should give this a look. It's a great jumping on point, and she's a vivid, exciting character for a new era. I should sell cars.
Yeah. The Mighty Thor. This is issue 16. We were talking about Jason Aaron earlier. I'm going to bring up this one. This book is crazy good, and this story arc is even crazier. It's the Asgardian War versus... not Valhalla, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Asgardian War versus Shi'ar Empire. The last page to the previous issue of this, I was just like, oh, damn. It's about to get real.
Oh, snap.
I really don't want to spoil anything except for the art's amazing. Whoever's doing the colors in this book should get an Oscar, even though I know the Eisners are the awards. But this is just fantastic, and it keeps building to this giant story that Jason Aaron's been telling. God, for what, 3-4 years? Starting with Thor: God of Thunder.
Been a while.
Yeah, and it's gonna. I also can't wait for Unworthy Thor number 5, so it'll like tie back into this. It's fantastic.
Again, Jason Aaron, just master of writing Marvel characters. He's so good. Trinity number 6. In this issue, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman deal.
It's like a lawyer. Batman and
I'm Bruce Batman. They deal with Poison Ivy in this issue. Will their camaraderie overcome whatever her shenanigans are? I'll stop saying shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, take a look.
Yeah,
Beautiful book, too.
Francis Manipal, he's been writing it the entire time. The reason why I like this series is in the first issue, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman are all having dinner, and Clark remembers all the old stuff that happened before the New 52, and he brings up the Rainbow Batman storyline.
Oh, yeah.
And Batman was like, "No, I never did that. I never did that." And everybody's just laughing at him and stuff. It was actually a very humanizing moment for all the characters. I really dug it.
I reread that issue, the Rainbow Batman.
Yeah?
Not that long ago. It's pretty dumb. There's almost zero reason he should be wearing these very colorful costumes. The all red one, the all blue one. It's just distract people from the fact that Robin had a cast. Spoilers. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the reason, and it's just like, all right.
Maybe just don't have Robin go on that mission,
Yeah,
Batman.
you know,
just
give him a night off. He did break his arm.
You don't have to spend a few $1 million in the 60s,
Yeah.
or actually late 50s, on multiple bat suits.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm keeping it with Zdarsky also. The Starlord book.
Keeping Up with the Zdarsky's,
This-
my new favorite family sitcom.
Okay, so Chip Zdarsky, yeah, start a show. It's going to be awesome. This Starlord book has been great. I kind of fell off of the Guardians of the Galaxy, all that stuff for the past couple of years, but when this book came out, I was like, I trust Chip Zdarsky, he's funny. And this is amazing. Starlord is stuck on Earth. Even though he's half human, he doesn't really quite understand the rules of the world. Like, oh, you're not supposed to drink before 10:30 a.m. He was like, well, why? You know, that doesn't make any sense. Or he carries around his laser pistols, and he's wondering why people are so nervous around him. The premise of this is he got a job. He had to get a job because, you know, that's what S.H.I.E.L.D. said to do. And now he's a bartender for villains.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does he work at the bar with no name?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this is great. You know, I almost said something.
Yeah, don't say that.
Yeah. So this is really fun. It's just like, if you liked the movie Guardians of the Galaxy and Chris Pratt, that's the tone of this book.
The sense of humor. I'm not going to say too much about Killer Be Killed #6, but Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, every book they do is gold. This is gritty crime, noir. Modern, though, more modern than what we've seen recently.
Fade Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of along the lines of Criminal, but it has a different feel. Criminal feels more like 70s movie, whereas Killer Be Killed is just like a really gritty comic.
Yeah.
A crime story. Really cool. Check this out if you like that kind of thing. I love it. And I think you will too if you are not opposed to blue language and violence.
I haven't heard anybody say blue language in forever. That's great.
There you go.
Invincible. Man. This is only 25-cent issue. Yeah, it's only 25 cents. This is the first part of a 12-volume series that is going to be the end of Invincible. Kind of bummed, but it's been such a ride, and now we're going to get to see how Mark ends everything. This is, man, I don't even know what to say other than, if you haven't been reading this, then you've been missing out for the past decade. Yeah.
The Walking Dead 164. This follows up the last issue, which was also a 25-cent issue from Image. Preparations are being made, so following up what happened in the last issue.
Yeah.
Give this one a look. Home is not necessarily a safe place.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, really kind of like the point of the entire series. But once again, we find ourselves having to survive.
Yeah. Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye. One of the best title names I've ever heard in my life. This has been fantastic. It's been weird. It very much harkens to the old 60s DC of just like crazy stuff happens. And it's such a fun book. The art by Michael Van Oming, or Michael Avon Oming. I can't say his name. It's been spectacular in this. It gets really psychedelic and trippy. Yeah, it's just so good. Yeah. Anything that Young Animal's doing, pick it up. It's great.
I was reading Sex Criminals earlier. Yeah, Sex Criminals is back, baby.
Yeah.
Number 16. This kicks off the 4th story arc, and I made a little bit of a wait for this one. A little longer than usual. But
Yeah.
This is one of those books that I will wait for it. I don't mind. It's probably my favorite comic on the stands. It's super fun. It is for adults, as it says on the back.
Yeah.
For mature readers, there's at least one booby in there. I'm sorry. But yeah, I love this book. It's, I won't say it's real because there's time stopping in it.
Right.
Strange powers, but it's like
The relationships
the
are
people
real.
feel authentic.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky have created just like a wonderful lore that I think someday we will see in another medium.
Mm.
So if you are the kind of person that likes that kind of thing and wants to read the book before the movie, or TV show or whatever, now's the time.
Super Sons, it's finally come out. I've been waiting for this for a while, ever since the Superman issue where Superboy and Robin, Damian Wayne, finally meet up. And this is just so... It's a fun book. I want things to be fun sometimes. And it's basically Damian and John just trying to figure out, oh, can we be friends? Oh, what are we going to do? So, this is great. They have a really cool confrontation with somebody towards the end of this book. Kind of want to see where it goes from there.
All right. Another Castle, Grimoire. This is a book about a princess who hasn't really cotton to the princess lifestyle. She'd rather go off and adventure. So that happens, but she finds out that it is a kind of a challenging lifestyle. I think she's ready for the challenge, and this is a great sort of all ages appropriate book for your young readers, or an excellent book with a strong female protagonist, which we're doing a lot more of these days, which is fantastic.
Exactly.
There's always room for more, but this is probably a highlight amongst them.
Yeah. Okay, so this gets really weird. There's this book called Angel Catbird. It's written by Margaret Atwood, who's mostly a novelist. This book is bananas, and that's the best way I could put it. It's about a guy who works at a genetics lab who somehow gets his DNA fused with a cat and a bird, and then he becomes Angel Catbird. I bought this for my wife. I'm trying to get her into more comics recently, and she loves Margaret Atwood, so I was just like, oh yeah, here we go. And she's reading it, she's like, dude, this is really weird. I was like, excellent.
Nice.
So yeah, check this out. This is called To Castle Catula, where apparently there is a cat Dracula happening. The artwork's really fun in it too. It doesn't take itself too seriously. That's one thing I really like about it. Like, it has thought bubbles for animals, even though they can't talk. Like
the old days.
Yeah. So these mice are in this lab. He's like, he's bonkers. So yeah, this is a really fun book. Very lighthearted, but also very strange. So.
Morty. Hey Morty. Rick and Morty Volume 4. This continues the comic book adventures of one of my favorite cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Adult cartoons that are out there. This volume includes a 3-issue story arc by Kyle Starks, who is it Eisner Award? Yes, Eisner nominated writer who gave us Sex Castle.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever read that?
I did. That story was weird and awesome. It's like every 80s movie by Canon Films.
It really was. If you haven't read that, go back and check that out. But also take a look at Rick and Morty, because it's hilarious and somewhat nihilistic and fun.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people are going to be really happy about this. 7 to Eternity is finally collected for the first volume. This has been one of the best comics I have read all year. Also for like half of last year. This is amazing. It's very Star Wars-ish, very fantasy sci-fi. The artwork by Jerome Pena he's one of my favorite artists now. It's deep. I want you guys just to read it, because anything I say is not going to live up to it. So buy this.
Epic sci-fi.
Yeah, and it's an image first, so it's only $10.
Yeah.
So I mean, what are you going to lose?
You cannot beat that $10 first graphic novel. It is like the greatest marketing idea.
Oh yeah.
Almost any comic company has ever had.
Oh yeah.
So good. I'm going to assume that it's pronounced Haddon Hall. When David invented Bowie. So this is a story about a neighborhood in London where a young man basically decided what he wanted to be and sort of invented himself and became who we know as David Bowie. It's a cool indie graphic novel style. You can see like a lot of the influence in Bowie's life as he witnessed it, and I believe witnessed from someone who actually was there.
See, I didn't know that that's what this was about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to read this.
And there's a couple influences in there. I was like, oh my goodness, that makes so much sense. Wow. Yeah, really cool. Check this out. If you're an indie graphic novel fan, this is one for you. Or a David Bowie fan.
And I've been a really big fan of comic biographies. Starting with the Andre the Giant one by Box Brown. I was just like, I should really get into this. And the Belushi one, wow, that was so good and very depressing, but so good.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm really glad that, you know, there's more coming out.
Yeah, they're doing some excellent comic chronicling of these giant personalities that we followed for years.
Sometimes comics is the only way to tell those stories, you know?
True.
This is a series I've been really enjoying. It's called Eclipse. It is a future post-apocalyptic murder mystery. It's the best way to put it. The sun's too hot. We can't go outside, otherwise we'll get burned to a crisp. So most of us live underground, and except for when it's nighttime, then we can go out and run around. And there's these guys that are walking around during the daytime in these very, you know, science-y cool suits, I guess is the best way to keep them cool, and they discover a murder, a corpse, and they're trying to figure out who can murder somebody in the daytime because they should be burned up anyways. So it's really crazy. A lot of twists and turns happening here. Some stuff that you weren't really expecting happening. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. Check it out.
Alright, so this is my favorite thing is Monsters. Another indie graphic novel, this one by Emil Ferris. So she's got this like,
this is really awesome.
artwork. Her own art style has so much line work, so much depth and texture. Let me see if I can find a good page to show you. Yeah, that's a good one. Why not? Oh, look at that. This is a beautiful, giant opus of a book.
Yeah.
I mean, it's huge. I can't even imagine how long it took to create this.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book. It follows around this werewolf character.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like you've got some sort of pulp styling to it with a little splash of 70s and 60s in there at different parts. Really awesome looking.
Nice.
Take a look at this. This is from Fantagraphics, and just that cover.
Yeah. Imagine how long that took.
Yeah.
God.
So I always love seeing when an artist like puts basically like a lifetime's worth of work into their thing and said, "Here's my book."
Yeah, and it looks like a paper that you used in school, you know, with the
whole
lines.
thing done on the line
Like
paper,
college ruled, you know, paper.
which has got to be unforgiving paper to draw on, especially with like that much. Crazy.
So not too long ago, DC and Hanna-Barbera kind of struck up a deal to do a lot of licensed comics,
They did.
and they have all been spectacular. I was kind of skeptical, I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite ones is Future Quest because it's pretty much almost every single 60s Hanna-Barbera cartoon thrown into one story that's coherent. Like, anybody could just do it, like, oh, Space Ghost, and, you know, Johnny Quest, and all these other guys. It's almost too many to name. Like, the Herculoids show up.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. Who are these guys
Galaxy
again?
Trio.
The Galaxy Trio. Weren't they a band? I think most of them were.
every 60s
Yeah.
group characters.
Jabberjaw was a band.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jabberjaw is ever going to show up in this. That'd be so cool. Anyways, dimensional holes are popping up all over Earth. Johnny Quest finds them, and then, oh, who pops out? Oh, Space Ghost.
Yeah.
And then, oh, who pops out? Herculoids. And it's trying to figure out why is all this happening. It is so good. I had to pause for effect.
Yeah, I gotta throw in with you there that I was also very skeptical
Yeah.
of the Hanna-Barbera stuff, but they've turned out to be pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And the ones that have continued have even been exceptional.
Yeah, yeah. The Flintstones one's been amazing. The Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, I haven't read it yet, but everybody's telling me that it's good.
Pretty awesome. It's really fun. It's like definitely a different look at the Scooby Gang.
Yeah, and one thing that kind of solidified it for me is the writer of this, Jeff Parker. He has this amazing knack of using characters that nobody's using anymore and making an amazing story out of it. Like Agents of Atlas by Marvel. That's the first thing I read of his, and I go, this guy can do anything with these guys.
That book also made me a big Jeff Parker fan.
Yeah, so this really sealed the deal for me.
Golden Age Batman Volume 2. Obviously, I'm a Batman fan, despite calling him Batman. This is obviously the second volume, collecting all his earliest appearances from Batman, from Detective Comics. I believe World's Finest is in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, World's Finest Comics 2 and 3. Like chronological, so we get to see like the entire history of Batman in these volumes.
Yeah.
Robin's already in action here, so we'll get to see him face a lot of his villains, at least the ones that were around in the 40s.
I think the first appearance of Scarecrow's in there.
Oh,
I saw. I was flipping through it earlier, and there's like first appearance of Scarecrow.
Joker's definitely in it. I saw him in there. Penguin's in it. So,
Yeah.
I love the Golden Age Batman comics. I'm more of a Silver Age fan from the late 50s, 60s than I am Golden Age. The Golden Age Batman, you will have me every time. I love it.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite Golden Age series.
When did Batman stop carrying a gun?
Very early on.
Yeah, because
Very early.
he had
It
one.
was only like the first couple issues,
Yeah.
first couple appearances that he had that. They pretty much established early on that was not his thing.
Right. And killed a couple of people.
I think he murdered people a little longer than he had a gun.
Yeah. Killed a lot of people, but, you know, Batman.
I wouldn't say a lot. There is a small number of people that fell when they opposed the Batman.
Yeah. All right. So this came out in a single issue not too long ago. It's just this one shot, but this was such a joy to read. This is the Lock and Key, Small World. It's very Incredible Shrinking Man, but in a different way. Parts that are genuinely scary because I'm scared of spiders. And like one of my oh yeah,
I think you've told me that before.
one of my nightmares actually happens in this book. So you know, had me on the edge of my seat. So I'm enjoying it.
Eat a spider while you're asleep?
No, I'm fine with that. I have no problem with eating them. But it's just like that is terrifying.
Oh.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel good about anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but it does have like one of the best endings I've read in a single issue, like a one shot in a long time. So definitely check that out.
All right. I don't know too much about Grim Death and Bill, the electrocuted criminal.
Right.
But it is a new novel by Mike Mignola and Thomas E. Snigowski.
Snigowski? Yeah, sure.
Sure.
That guy.
Mignola has been doing these novels for the past few years. He did Baltimore, and he did Joe Golem, and now he adds like a sort of a Grim Reaper / pulp noir to his list of literature. So give this a look if you're a fan and of cool occult type stuff, but with a nice crime background.
Are we still going?
Probably.
We'll find out.
Let my thing time out there. So this is Neil Gaiman, Norse mythology.
I've been really stoked about this.
Yeah, so from what I understand, it's basically him just sort of writing about Norse mythology. But since it's like one of my favorite mythologies, and probably the one I know the most about, thanks to Thor comics.
Right.
I'm super stoked about checking this out. I'd love to see what he as a writer has to say about these characters. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't know that much about it. I guess he's like retelling the story.
Yeah, it's his spin on them. And I read an interview with him, and he was just like, "Yeah, if you want to read some weird stuff, read Norse mythology because like
there's some weird.
The sky is actually the inside of the skull of a frost giant. Just all this weird stuff, which Neil Gaiman can write really well.
Yeah, get inspired for your D&D campaigns with that.
And as usual, my last pick of the week is actually the Sidekick Special. This is Fear itself. It was one of Marvel's big events. It was Matt Fraction getting to write it, and I liked it. Some people weren't that big of a fan of it. I don't think they appreciated it for its time. But you can appreciate it. It is usually 30 bones, 10 bones. That's how much this is. That's a good deal. Try this out. There's some really iconic imagery that happens in this. Captain America's shield gets broken, which isn't supposed to happen. It's really
a fraggable Kronk.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it was
that was from Dexter's Lab.
Dexter's Lab.
Yeah.
Whatever the Dark Hulk dude's name.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was the judge.
Kluh. That's what it was. KLUH. But this is really a Thor story more than anything.
A lot of Thor stuff. Basically, it's like how it was the end times were going to come about.
Right.
From was it his brother? It was his brother.
It was Odin's brother.
The serpent.
Yeah.
And about the return of the serpent and how like certain things would be required for him to lose, and it just wasn't going to happen.
Right.
And like the Worthy was the big part of that storyline.
Right,
so all these other hammers came down, and if you picked it up, you are one of the worthy, and you are just a world-wrecking masterpiece.
It's like so many people became part of the worthy. The Thing, Absorbing Man, Juggernaut, Atuma, of all people. So I really dug this series. I mean, Stuart Eminem does the art in it, and he's always great. Matt Fraction's writing it, and he's great. So
if you can find the issues, because I think the book is out of print, but the Loki storyline that happened at the same time really accentuated the Fear Itself storyline.
Like the Journey into Mystery stuff. Yeah. So that I did read that. That was also really good too.
Made all of Fear Itself even better.
Yeah. So definitely pick this up. It is worth it. It is worth $30, but we're selling it for $10. So yeah. So do you got anything coming up?
I don't know. Actually, right now is kind of a nice, quiet time before events.
Yeah, we do have a lot of events coming up.
We've scheduled Ladies' Night for March 9th.
I believe it's March 9th.
Which is a Thursday evening. So be sure to join us for that. We just had our first Ladies' Game Night at Outlaw Moon.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, well attended, and the ladies got to play some cool games.
Over at Outlaw Moon.
Yeah, we'll do another of those.
We got the art show coming up.
We do have our 90s art show coming up at Guzu Gallery.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about this one. That is March 3rd.
What's the name of that 90s art show?
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
Kachi.
So I'm really stoked about that one because, you know, the 90s.
I love like walking in to see all the art like there on the walls and just seeing that for the first time because it's like, oh, this is fantastic. I try to like just take little peeks at stuff before, but I want to see the whole art show together. On opening night, it's always fun.
Yeah.
So we've got that coming up. We're already talking about Free Comic Book Day.
Oh yeah.
It's the first Saturday in May, but it takes a lot of preparation, so.
It's always worth it, always fun, always have a blast.
Always fun. Crazy day.
I hope I don't get sunburned this year.
Just put on lotion, man.
Okay.
It's really easy.
Yeah.
I forget every year.
But yeah, it's really fun. If you've never been to one, then you should definitely come to ours because it's Free Comic Book Day. How can you get mad about that? It's gonna be great.
10 free comics.
Yeah, a lot of the stores only do like 1 free comic per person. We do 10.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything going on right now, unfortunately.
So we're gonna start doing our standard workshop for Magic the Gathering over at Outlaw Moon.
Okay.
6:30 to 7:30 this Friday, and then every Friday going forward for a month, and then on Wednesdays from 7:30 to 8:30.
Nice.
So, we've got all the events on our Outlaw Moon Games Facebook event page. So if you're curious about that kind of thing, join on there. It's gonna be fun, casual, pretty relaxed playing, and then I think we have a playmat to give out at the end of that.
Nice.
So that'd be cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, I don't really have anything going on. But just getting ready for Free Comic Book Day.
Cheer up, buddy.
Oh no,
I'm grading a ton of comics.
Yeah.
Just non-stop grading comics. So many back issues, filling up the displays back there.
Do you want to give them a little taste of anything cool that we got?
Man, maybe if I brought something with me.
Oh, okay.
If you are a fan of Silver Age DC, I've graded a whole bunch of Silver Age DC that we're going to put out into the collecting world very soon. I guess one other sneak peek sort of thing. Me and Ty are cooking up a special thing that we're not going to say anything about.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool.
I'm really stoked about this idea.
Sometime in the near future, but it's going to involve us all day long being foolish and fun.
Which is usually what we're best at.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Well, cool.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. I can't wait to talk more about that.
Well, you can follow me at SuperTitanton1. You can follow you at
Comic Book Brando.
And you can follow both of us at Austin Books.
Mine's the one with Brainiac 5 flipping the bird.
Mine's me going like this. So, I guess that's it. Cool. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Next time.
New Comics Wednesday.
Hey, Brennan.
You're fired, Brennan.